Alright, what's good everybody? It's Mehtric. Welcome to my Ironman guide. I mean, it's super early in the morning, so if I sound ugly as hell, I just woke up, don't mind me, man. So, first of all, let me talk about my stats and why Ironman is good to me. I'm currently Celestial 2 right now. I'm like a top 30 Ironman in the world. 132 matches played, 93 wins, so a pretty good win rate. You can win in Celestial, it is possible. I see a lot of people saying that it doesn't work in GM and above, which is crazy to me. Average 10 minutes KOs 28.7, pretty high. History, fat win streak right here, a lot of MVPs. But yeah, all right, so to start off, let's talk about the normal stuff. Bro, Ironman, shut up. The stuff everyone knows, just his abilities first. So his first ability, Repulsor Blast, his left click, it's an AoE damage attack, so you can hit around the person and then it'll do the splash and it'll damage anybody inside the range, and it does more damage if you get a direct hit.
One step closer to saving.
Yeah, you should always try and like strafe, like arrow strafe with it. Never just stand still and try and shoot somebody, because you're gonna get head dinked by a Hella or anybody. Learn how to like vertical strafe, which is going up and down. I mean, I go down with left control and I go up with spacebar. So I hit spacebar with my thumb and left control with my pinky, and I just keep doing this over and over and over again when I want to strafe. And I add in a WASD. So this is how I do it. So you got to learn the timing with the strafe and the repulsor blast, so you get the perfect angle. So as soon as when you peek, you want a repulsor blast. This way it's super hard for enemies to, you know, shoot you and connect shots on you. If you're wondering what the strafing looks like to the enemy, this is the perspective of the #1 Widow that I played against. And usually it would be bad to go Ironman against a really good Widow, but the strafing really helped me stay alive and it made it hard for him.
Ironman, oh, never hit him.
I see a lot of Ironman not doing like the vertical strafe. They only like strafe like this, but they don't add in the circle movement. The circle movement is really important because, as you can see, my bald ass head, it's so hard to hit rather than just going back and forth. You know what I mean? So an example of this that you can use is on top of the 2099 Spider-Man map or whatever it's called. I like to go on top of this like little bridge thing and beam whoever's trying to play the top building, because if you just strafe, he's gonna have to get down at some point because you're just getting free damage on him and he can't even damage you back really. So my job was to just get him off of the building and then go back to my team. Okay, and then also with the vertical movement, you got to learn how to master the horizontal movement as well, like this. That way you're only peeking for literally 1 second and then getting back in cover. This way you're not a sitting duck. His next move is his Unibeam, which is his right click. So this is like the move that you're going to be doing probably like 70% of the time you're playing Ironman. You're going to get most of your kills with the Unibeam. Literally the bread and butter of Ironman's kit.
Enemies on approach.
Always. How do I turn off these voice lines, dude? He's pissing me off. He is pissing me off, brother. In-game voice volume. Yeah, shut up, bro. Go mute. The range for the Unibeam is about 24 meters. I think 25 is a little too long, but if you move up a little bit, you're gonna hit them. So yeah, again, you want to learn how to strafe. Just really just get the movement down. The movement is the most important part on playing Ironman, literally. Like if you can't get the movement down, you're gonna die a lot of times. A way to practice your Unibeam aim, come to the little practice range downstairs. What's the parameters, whatever you want to say. Put it on like Storm. I really like playing with Storm right here. Go to movement, target movement, static, dynamic, turn this on. Movement action, random, super fast, turn the timer off, press apply. So what this does, you start it and Storm is going to be flying everywhere, and you can literally like essentially be in aim labs right now. So yeah, you can practice your aim, and you don't have to do this for flying characters. You can also do it for like I like doing it for Rocket too because he's such a small, you know, small target. You don't have to do it on super fast speed too. You can always do it on normal. It's just up to you. I just like doing it on fast just to, I don't know, to get cracked, I guess. You know what I mean? And with the Unibeam, you should always be trying to like destroy structures and walls that the enemies that can hide and flank you from. As you can see in this clip, I literally destroyed the entire building in like one beam, so it's easier for everybody in the game to see everything, and it's just so good to beam stuff with Iron Man rather than having another character take longer on it. Unibeam is really best when you have two tanks, preferably like a shield tank and a dive tank, so that's why Strange and Hulk does so good with Iron Man, because Hulk usually just dives on the back line or into the team, distracts everybody, take the pressure off of you, while you can hide behind Strange and just beam people, you know what I mean? But regardless, Iron Man can work even if you don't have a shield tank to hide behind. What you have to do is learn how to use natural cover. So you always want to kind of hug walls, stay near walls, and practice the strafing movement like I said, and you should be fine for the most part. I can't stress enough that the movement is super important. So notice how in this clip, I'm staying next to this box the entire time I'm in this fight, just to have natural cover and I don't get exposed to the enemy too much. Even when I turn to look at this Punisher, I'm still next to the box so the rest of his team can't damage me. Playing safe like this allowed me to get 3 kills, and we took the site after this. Yeah, I may or may not have gotten cooked by the Wolverine after that. Alright, let's talk about who you should target with the Unibeam. For the most part, it's very situational. Like, it depends how far pushed up everybody is on the enemy team, because remember, your Unibeam has a range of 24 meters, so it's not that far. So if the squishies or the healers or somebody important that you need to kill isn't in range, you don't want to go out of your way and overextend and possibly die trying to get them. So you always want to try and hug walls and beam anybody that's in your range. But if you have a chance to beam the healers, definitely go for it instead of just mindlessly going for the tanks, because they're just going to get healed up. So if you go to the source of the problem, which are the healers, then the whole team collapses when you kill them. Like for an example, in this clip, watch me go for the healers instead of just going for the thing. He's the closest option, but when I kill the healers, then we wipe the entire team. Yeah, the next move that we're going to talk about is hyper velocity, which is his shift. It makes him fly around super fast. On the enemy screen, you literally sound like a Call of Duty streak, a bombing strike. Like, why do you sound so loud when you fly as Iron Man? I don't understand why they did that. So yeah, you want to use this carefully. You definitely don't want to use hyper velocity when you're trying to flank the enemies, because they're just going to hear you and turn around and focus you because you sound like a fucking lightning strike. So in this clip, you can see that I'm not flying, I'm just hovering and going around. It's going to take longer, but it's better because you're super silent, and that allowed me to get 2 free kills.
I don't think that's welcoming to me. Maximum pulse!
A really good thing about hyper velocity too is that when you're weak, you can just fly and like wiggle away kinda.
Powering up.
Super hard for the enemies to hit you when you do this. So yeah, definitely implement this in your gameplay when you want to play Iron Man and you're weak and you want to get away. I feel like I said that really fast. Also, if you didn't notice, you can cancel the ending of the flight animation with your E ability, which is Armor Overdrive. It really just helps you prepare for the next fight faster. Okay, for the next move, Armor Overdrive is his E, and it essentially just makes your Unibeam and Repulsor Blast stronger. Yeah, that's literally basically it. Yeah, you want to pop this like as soon as you're about to fight, or just try and pop this as many times as possible, because you'll just output more damage and you're better off trying to get more kills with this. Yeah, it's just a damage buff. Not too much to say about that. Next is his F ability, which are like the barrage missiles. This ability is mid, bro. It's not really that good. Yeah, you're not gonna really use this ability that much, so don't really worry about it. I think I did it a couple times trying to chase somebody down like a rocket. Say I got somebody weak and then I had to reload or something. You just hurry up and try and fly over him. Barrage missile. You know know what I mean? But yeah, you don't have to worry about this ability too much. He really needs a rework, honestly. I seen somebody in my comments say they should make his F ability him jumping out of the suit and becoming like a 200 HP character, him Tony Stark, kind of like Bruce Banner and Hulk. He can jump out the suit and then he can shoot like a gun or something. That would be kind of cool. Next is his ultimate ability, Maximum Pulse. Okay, Maximum Pulse is just a crazy strong ability. It does 1,000 damage upon impact, so you can one-shot literally anybody in the game if you hit them. If you don't believe me, let's try it on like Groot, who is, I believe, 800 HP, 700, something like that. He's super fat, bro. He's fat. Okay, so a lot of people hold on to Maximum Pulse for strictly only the support ults. I mean, I do that a lot. I started off doing that a lot, but I noticed that you can kill literally anybody on the team with Maximum Pulse and you'll be up numbers and advantage on the enemies. You know what I mean? So basically, you can try and kill tanks. You can kill, literally try and kill anybody. It's not a waste if you get a kill. People think it's a waste if you kill like a singular DPS or something, when it's not. You can literally get a numbers advantage if you kill anybody with it. So use it as much as possible because you're going to get it right back. Look how fast I can get it back. Look at my percentage bar. You can get it back super fast within like literally like 30 seconds. So my advice for this, you can save it for support ults. Like doing it for support ults, that's really good, but just use it more often is my advice. Use it more often. With the Magneto, if they have a Magneto, a good mag player is going to usually hold his ultimate for your ultimate, because if Magneto does his ult, it cancels out your ult, right? That's why a Magneto ban is really good. But anyways, he's going to cancel out your ult, so you're going to have to sometimes bait out your ult to take his ult away, try and farm up as soon as possible, and then use it as soon as possible. So you have a faster cycle with an ult, because you're going to get your ult faster than he can get his. Sometimes you're going to have to just do a bait ult just to bait out his ult. So every ult isn't going to be a massive ult. So you got to get in that mindset. You can't think that every ult is going to be massive and game changing. You have to use your ult strategically, especially in higher elo, because they're gonna hold their ult for you. They're smarter players that are communicating. You're gonna have to play smarter. You saving your ult for that very end of fights, or saving it strictly for support ults, that might cost you the game. Okay, but let's say you do save your ult for support ults and they don't have a Magneto or a Strange or whatever. The hardest person to kill in their ult is Cloak and Dagger. So the easiest way to kill her out of her ult is to pop your ult as soon as she ends her third roll and she's going into her final roll. The startup time for Maximum Pulse and the time of her roll is the exact same time. So your Maximum Pulse should hit her when she stops her last roll. It's really easy when you learn this.
I'm about to hit you with the okie-doke. Watch this.
There we go.
Maximum Pulse.
Got him.
Right on Friday, got that on video.
So my advice when you're versing a shield tank like Strange, what you want to do with Maximum Pulse is, I literally try and beam only Strange until I break his shield. If I'm looking for a big ult, I try and break his shield, and as soon as I hear the blast break, I ult immediately, because it takes him 3 seconds to put his shield back up. That's enough time for you to get off a ult without it being blocked. You can do that with Mag if he doesn't have ult and you're looking to ult him. You don't have to wait for his bubble, because if you wait for his shield and his bubble, he might get his shield back in time. Wait for his shield to run out and immediately Maximum Pulse. This is a good in-game example of me letting Magneto's shield run out.
We are undefeatable!
Maximum Pulse.
I am ready to put on a show!
Alright, next thing I want to talk about is who you should ban. I think the biggest counter to Iron Man is Spider-Man. Spider-Man running around, web slinging, he's gonna target you every time. I think the only way to track Spider-Man is if you're literally on crack. He's gonna be everywhere, so you're literally gonna have to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that. Your arm's gonna get fucking tired trying to keep up with Spider-Man. So always try and ban Spidey if you can. Just throw up a Spidey ban first. Yeah, that's what I do. I just always throw up Spidey ban first. If my team doesn't want to ban Spidey for some reason, at least try and ban Hella or Magneto. But if you have players that play Spidey, Hella, or Magneto, don't be weird and just try and ban their character. If they do have a Spidey, bro, like, how do I tell you? You're gonna have to swap, bro, because I don't know, Spidey is just so annoying. You're gonna have to swap. Hella, you don't have to swap Hella, but a Hella that knows what she's doing is super annoying to play against. Magneto, a Magneto that knows what he's doing is super annoying to play against too, but it is playable. Iron Man gets pretty countered by Starlord as well. Widow and Hawkeye shouldn't be that much of a problem if you have good movement. Yeah, the best strategy for counter picks is to literally just play with your team close to the ground. So when the enemies has like a Moon Knight or somebody that's not really a hard counter for you, you're gonna want to stay up higher in the air. You know what I mean? Because you can play in the air when they can't counter you. But when they switch to like that Hella or something to get you out of the air, your best bet is to stay with the team low ground and behind the tanks and with your healers. All right, so that was my guide. Let me know if you have any questions or if I missed anything in the comments. Let me know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's Mehtric and I'm out.